My girlfriend cheated on me while drunk. I was destroyed after she came forward and told me what happened during the weekend. She was going out with her 2 female friends during Halloween, drinking. She don't drink often, and this is the first time she has gone out without me. Girls' night out is dangerous. I demanded all cards on the table even if the information she was going to give me will hurt me. She says the entire night is a big mess where she only remembers parts of it. She blacked out. I heard from a friend of mine she was really out of it, and her friend says the same. However, she still managed to end up on a hotel room with a complete stranger. She could not believe it when she woke up in the morning. She didn't even know if they had sex. She asked him, stranger, before she left the room, and his reply was, I don't know, I believe so. She woke up naked, so I assume they had sex. Either way, it's not okay. We both agree that most likely they had sex, and we take the situation as so. Her friends were in another room in the same hotel. Big shitshow. She called me right after she left the room, devastated, crying. She could not believe it. I told her I need time to think and process this through. I honestly believe she has it worse than me. She is disgusted by herself. She took the entire week off, calling me crying, texting big paragraphs that she is so sorry and knows what I am going through because this has happened to her before as well, etc. She is a big mess. 5 days later, today, it still hurts for me, but I am alright. I've already made up a decision in my head that this is over, but I get second thoughts a lot, because these last 6 months has been incredible. We really vibe and I honestly saw a future with this girl. It's just so sad that this entire situation could fuck it up. She will give me all the time in the world. Even if it's years, she will 100% cut off all alcohol. She told all her friends that if she is going to get invited to anything ever again it has to be without alcohol, trips or dinner for example, without me even demanding this. I really believe she wants to fix this, and this is what also gives me second thoughts, but I struggle to get this distaste out of my head. When I was thinking about her before I got happy, really happy, proud she was mine and so on. Right now I am disgusted. I have this shaded memory of distaste when I think of her, feel like she's dirty, and this needs to go away for this to even slightly be possible to work. I loved her a lot, I deep down still do. Has anyone been in a situation like this and worked it through? Sorry for my English, it's not my native language. Thank you all for reading. You've only been together for 6 months and she already cheated. Move on. Her reaction seems very regretful, but you are really glossing over a pretty huge part of this. How the hell does drinking in the street turn into going to a hotel? And even her friends booked another room in the hotel? 1. Why? This was clearly a conscious decision by someone. 2. How? If someone is as drunk as your girlfriend seemed to be, she probably wouldn't have been able to book the room or wouldn't have been accepted as a client. Are you saying that her friends booked a room for your incapacitated girlfriend and a stranger at a hotel for the explicit purpose of making them hook up? It does sound like your girlfriend might have been assaulted with the help of her friends, unless they are in the habit of taking random people to hotels routinely when they go out. 6 months together and she's fucking another guy on her first girls' night out. Dump this chick. Nobody with strong morals and ethics suddenly falls to pieces because they drink. I have been drinking my whole adult life and been in relationships my whole life. I have been anywhere from buzzed to long time ago, laying in the WA female doctor looking down at me and telling me I almost died. Know what never happened? I never stuck my dick in another woman. Even through all the turmoil and anarchy I put myself through, I still knew not to cheat on my GFs or wives of the time. Also, anytime 2 people are in a relationship, when one goes out drinking and socializing with the other, that's a great recipe for cheating in the first place. Avoid it whenever possible. I honestly believe she has it worse than me. No, she doesn't. She had sex with someone else and you didn't. She is now trying to mitigate the damage and cover everything up with vague language. I agree with one of the posters. Having sex takes effort and a lot of steps in which you can say, hey, this is wrong, I want to stop. She didn't stop, but cheated on you. Her friends are covering up for her. If they saw how wasted she is, why didn't they stop her? Next time she goes out with her friends, will you trust her? Trust, when destroyed, is pretty hard to rebuild. Dump her, my friend. So they're both blackout drunk but somehow a hotel got booked. Come on. I'm sure she was drunk, yes. Blackout. Nope. You're now dealing with drunk buyer's regret. Go NC and move on. I don't care what other people are saying. Having sex with someone is effort. She had to give him attention at the club. Had to make out with him. Grind on him. She had to make all the conscious choices of going to a hotel with him. Letting him put his dick in her. I wouldn't give a shit how sorry she feels. I'd never talk to her again. You see her differently now after what she did. She is no longer the same woman you were with before. Cheating destroys relationships. Don't let her wait any longer, break up with her so you can start to heal and leave that all behind. She needs to leave that all behind as well. Maybe in a few years, when you both have made new experiences, you can try it out again, but right now, you need to leave this mess behind, for your own and her sake. Sorry you have to experience this. If you want to do her a favor, then tell her to get tested for STDs, since they probably haven't used a condom. Good luck and stay strong. You might be able to work through this, as a couple of other Redditors have indicated, but if you do, those friends of hers go on the junk pile. They did nothing to stop this, which means they did not care for her safety or her relationship with you. They have failed to be real friends. Sad truth is, once the trust is gone, it is pretty hard coming back. Besides that, right now you have only invested 6 months, cut your losses and leave. Nah mate, she cheated. You still do know what you're doing when you're drunk. She betrayed your trust. Always break up with a cheat. Once they realize they can get away with it, they'll do it again. Every time she goes out drinking with friends, what are you going to be thinking? You'll be sat at home paranoid that she's going to do it again. Fuck that mental abuse, bro, it's done. Being drunk is not an excuse for cheating. It's fine as an excuse for throwing up on someone's furniture or saying something stupid. But to bang a complete stranger? Sorry. Even if she is blind drunk, at the time she knew what she was doing. Being drunk has caused her memory to be clouded, but that's all. I can't believe that as she got undressed and into bed with a guy that the whole thing being wrong didn't cross her mind. I'm sorry. But for me, I have a zero-tolerance policy for cheating. My dude, you seem quite level-headed compared to many with a similar story on here. You sound like you have already made the appropriate decision, leaving her, and you know what you're worth. That's refreshing to read. And yeah, I am sure the little doubt monster arises from time to time telling you to stay. Always go with your gut. Also, most people get drunk either to the point of being too fucked to do anything or to the point of still knowing everything. In my whole life I have never been lashed to the point where I can function enough to hook up with someone but have no clue the next day. With drink it's usually drunk enough and still know what you're doing, or too drunk to even take a piss without help. But that's just me. Hope you get what you deserve, my dude. Better. You know what you need to do, leave. Be happy. Never settle for a cheat. Sorry dude. That's horrible. It's your choice what to do, but you have to be sure you are confident in your choices. If you stay with her, then some things have to change. Personally, I think she may remember more than she is telling you. Her friends are vile for not looking out for her, so their friendship is questionable. She clearly needs to stop her drinking, and it's cool that she has said that she will stop. Ultimately, it's your call, and if you can let it go then great, but if you can't, then it's going to be a horrible future for you. There are thousands of potential partners out there who you can vibe with. It's perfectly acceptable for you to leave this girl, you have to protect yourself too. If she is telling the truth and she was blackened out, she was possibly raped. What to do with relationships, it's a decision. But insist she go to a therapist, her mental health is suffering. If you say you love her, I bet you don't want her being affected by it long term, and going on therapy isn't always obvious decision for traumatized person. So PLS, make her start therapy, she needs it. I'm sorry that you're going through this. It's a good sign that she isn't trying to blame you for her cheating. Having been cheated on by a few exes, I don't know if I could trust her again. I have been blackout drunk in the past, and still not cheated on my partner at the time. Being blackout drunk isn't a pass on cheating. Alcohol really has nothing to do with the moral decision to cheat. It just makes it easier for someone who doesn't have a moral problem with cheating to actually have the guts to go through with it. She is a cheater, SND. She likely cheated in the past as well, at least with previous relationships. She may feel genuine remorse now, but if you guys don't have kids, I don't see any reason to stay with her. I was reading this until I got to the 6 months part. Jesus dude, just walk away. She's not really ready for a relationship if she's getting blackout drunk at Halloween parties with friends who watched all this go down and didn't stop it. Like, Don't doubt this for a second, breaking up is the right move, you can find someone else that won't be so trashy. Move on. She's either out of control or generally bad intentioned. Either way you will get very hurt and it'll have a marked impact on your future. Not married. No kids. No house. Tell her you loved her to death but this is something you can't abide. By Felicia. Her story is bullshit, and so is this 6-month relationship. Don't waste any more of your time on her. When I got divorced, I learned to be very choosy when dating. I refused to put up with any bullshit at all after my first terrible marriage. I dump women for almost any reason whatsoever, even just a gut feeling. And you know what? I still found someone that didn't do stupid stuff like this, respected me as much as I respected her, and now we've been happily married 20 years. Be choosy. She's full of bullshit and her story is so full of holes that she clearly was a willing participant in sleeping with this dude. Her crocodile tears are her attempts to alleviate her own guilt, and doesn't really have anything to do with you. She's not the one. 6 months is nothing. If you want to leave, do it now. It'll only get harder to leave the longer your relationship is. How drunk was the stranger? If she was really as drunk as her and her friends say, that's kinda messed up. Drunk people can't consent. Wait, did you say, this happened to her before, my guy? Dump her ass. That's a pattern and she will 100% do it again. Move before you get wrecked. What is glaring to me? 1. This is one of her first times going out without you and she cheats. Huge red flag. 2. She chose not to control her liquor intake to the point she didn't know where she ended up. Something way worse could have happened. 3. Swearing off liquor is great and all but she has shown you she has no control over her intake by what she did. The relationship is very young, I would dip before you become more invested. Not to say it will happen again but now there will be a history if she cheats again. Halloween, girls' night out. Bruh, don't deceive yourself. I myself was imagining that it was the stranger's hotel room. I have seen a lot of people from out of town at bars who go to pick up people to sleep with because they have a hotel room set up already. It looks like she is definitely trying to meet you halfway, but if you chose to stay with her it is going to be a difficult road ahead. Building that trust and earning that forgiveness, I think you need more time to explore your feelings and discover how you feel. Dumpthathoe. Don't believe a word she says, she knew what she was doing and her friends are covering for her. She's admitting because it was going to come out or you were going to figure it out. This whole thing is about keeping you happy and setting you up for similar situations where she'll do a better job to keep things from you. To street she goes. I hope you can get through this. Being drunk is not an excuse. This was all her decision, starting with the alcohol abuse. Cheaters cheats and lies. Take some time to think and decide what's important to you. If her remaining faithful is that she doesn't drink, she shouldn't drink. Being drunk isn't a pass for losing your moral compass. Why don't you ask her? Knows what I am going through because this has happened to her before as well. How did she handle it? She knows what needs to happen. I'm sorry but assuming she's an adult, this is unacceptable. By now she should have known not to go to a club if she wanted to get absolutely fucked with her friends. If you want to get shit drunk, then do it at home, or at a friend's place or something. You don't go on a girls' night to a club and get shit drunk and claim to be sorry for cheating. She's been a female for quite a few years on Earth, so she should have known better and not exposed herself to danger like this. So this is inexcusable. Probably tried to have sex and did not work out. Open mouth smile, so the guy is embarrassed about his manhood and she cannot remember. We all make mistakes at one time or another. Dude, 6 months. You're lucky. Find someone else. You need to end it. If you really care for her and she cares for you and she really realizes what she did was so unhealthy and dangerous for her and she has decided, never again, you are both free to start a new relationship. A new relationship where any problems are forgiven and in the past. If you can do that, that could be a good way to start and establish a new healthy relationship. If you can't ever see past that even, and I don't know if I could, then move on. You need to produce IDs, talk to the front desk, ask for a room, wait for them to arrange a room for you, take the keys, read the room number, press the right buttons on the elevator, walk to the right room, insert the key the right way, put it in the slot to turn on the lights, take your shirt off, take your pants off, then you can start fucking. Prior to that, there needs to be a lot of flirting, Agreeing to go to a hotel, choosing a hotel, call an Uber, walk into the lobby. Sort who is sleeping with who. Black out my fucking ass. Who so they think they are kidding. 6 months. Drop this cheater. It's completely up to you how to proceed, but the story has a lot of info missing. Based on what you've said and how she acted, I'd put more money on her potentially being spiked and assaulted than actually cheating on you. I know plenty of men who ended up blackout because they accidentally drank from or just took a sip from a female friend's drink that wasn't watched too closely. Talk with her yourself and to the friends, but this ain't a cut and dry story. No excuse, she has broken your trust. First STD screen. No sex until screen comes back negative. 2. You are allowed to go out with anyone that is interested in you, no repercussions. 3. She is accountable 24/7, female or her location, and must be able to video chat at any time when you contact her. If she willing to go through this for a relationship with you. Maybe she learned her lesson. If it's unacceptable, you're a free agent. PS pregnancy test also, you don't want that hook sunk into you. If positive DNA test that will show how the father is, good luck. Drop the hoe like a hot potato. Well, if it were me, I'd still leave. Cheating is cheating. Would you rather move on and be with someone you trust or stay in the relationship where that one night is gonna haunt you for a while? It's less hurt to just rip the band-aid off. 6 months LMAO. You don't have to post on Reddit for the answer to this SMH. Not the first time blacking out. Run, fool. Right now I am disgusted. I have this shaded memory of distaste when I think of her. Has anyone been in a situation like this and worked it through? Many people have worked through a partner cheating, but I have never heard of anyone doing it who feels the way you do currently. Emo, those feelings are a sign that you can't get past this, and you need to end the relationship. So this is all kinds of awful. Her story seems sketchy, but her actions don't. There is something about what happened that you don't know, and she might not know. Still, it's only been 6 months. Even if it's been a lovely 6 months, that's too easy to have to rebuild from cheating. Unfortunately, I think a breakup is in order. Dude, you've been together half a year, and the first time she's out without you, she's fucking another dude. Nah, she belongs to the streets. Move on for your own sanity. 8 billion fish in the sea. The very low bar of not fucking other people is achievable. Okay, your girlfriend uses the "I blacked out" as an easy excuse so she does not have to provide you any details. And #X200B. Very convenient. 6 months together, she tested the waters to see what she can get away with, and the first chance she gets she jumps on some random D. And #X200B. Time to move on.